And the Emmy goes to... Well, that's a nice line to listen to, right? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today on Date with Danu.
Emmy goes to... There's a long list of thanks. Everyone who worked on Uniquely Wisconsin, our entire team, Jason.
5 out of 6, call me Freddy Krueger.
I'm just gonna give a countdown to it for audio sake. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, let's do that again.
Hi, I'm Philip.
And my name is Jason, and we're here to go
on a date with Danu. It's my second time on the show, and I'm back here. Danu's an old friend of mine when he was a little kolla running around.
Yeah, and Danu, for me, I mean, we've known each other for a while. This will be my first time on the show, though, so I'm not sure what to expect. I have watched some of the shows before, so I'm kind of prepared, but also not prepared at the same time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So this is my list of guests for today on the show. You know, if we were in the US, you know, I would have been winning Emmys after Emmys. But, you know, we're not there. We don't have Emmys. But we have somebody who has an Emmy. And it's our very own Jason. Round of applause. I wanted to dress very Emmy-ish.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's why I dressed like this today. Yeah.
Looks great. It's a good look. It's
Thanks.
a very good look.
Now it's just a matter of, you know, if you don't mind, can I take a photo shoot with your Emmy?
Yes.
And like 20 years from now, I could say I won an Emmy.
You know, I actually think that Sri Lanka has the potential to get to that point, like now.
Yeah.
You're a talent in itself, and I think you should definitely look at getting yourself one.
Thank you. You know that I personally feel that, you know, in another 20 years, I could also say I was a former Miss Sri Lanka, and people will believe that too.
Right.
Yeah, some are looking very masculine now, so. Welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have Philip for the second time. He's a new and upgraded Philip. This is Philip 2.0 because he's so willing to come on the show, and apparently.
I had such fun last time.
And they are like his kids.
Yeah.
And I have the missus of Jason who completes him.
Yes.
Hope.
Hope.
See, I was like, Faith.
I'm
no.
leaving.
You're a faithful Hope.
That's
there
true.
you go.
I am.
That's amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on the show. I'm super happy to have
having
you
us.
guys. To start things off, let's speak about the most obvious thing. How was it to win and also to be recognized on such an international level for the work that you do?
Absolutely. I mean, just to clarify, I think I have to thank my team that I was able to work with this team and really bring Wisconsin type of content to the rest of the U.S. And kind of elevate the type of products that they were filming at that point. So my contribution for this win was the videography. And I have Sri Lanka really to thank because all of my experience comes from Sri Lanka. I've worked here, I've opened my company here, and like I've spent years trying to like perfect my craft in terms of videography. And to be able to contribute that to a team and find out literally the next day that, hey, by the way, we won. I'm like, wow, this is great. So then that just opened up this whole chain reaction of thought for me of like, okay, this is just us doing the bare minimum of work. What if we actually go full force the next year, see what else Sri Lanka can do?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And hope you're also a part of this company that you'll run in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
what is it called?
Yeah, it's called Rad Productions USA. So I kind of help out going on shoots, coordination, back end things. So we work together. Yeah.
That's amazing. So I was kind of like doing some research about you. So the first person who called me about the show was Anika. Shout out to Anika. So she sort of found one of your trailers long years ago and was searching for who is this guy who did this trailer. She didn't know who in the world you were.
Yeah.
And she somehow tracked you down.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Yeah.
that story.
So I mean, when I started a company like about 10 years ago, and we used to do like really fun skits. I'm a YouTube bred kind of cinematographer, filmmaker, right? So everything that I learned is from YouTube. And so we used to make these fun skits, and then we had like one of the skits had the name Annika in it, and Annika, my business partner at iFilm Sri Lanka, saw it. Today, she's my business partner. Saw it and was like, I need to know who this guy is. And then, yeah, she figured out how to email us and track us down. And today, we're like the best of friends / business partners as well.
I really wanted her also to come on the show, but it's very hard to convince her on that.
Media people, right?
Yeah,
So,
really hard. It's very hard. Philip, tell me about how long have you known the two of them?
I think I've known Jason for over 10 years now, Jason.
I think
more,
so.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Hope maybe for about 6 or 7 or more. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably more than 10, about 12 years. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I've seen Jason evolve, from just being producing regular commercial stuff to really doing very high-end creative productions. And I think a key thing about why I'm here is to really also support them and endorse them, because Jason and Hope their characteristic is hard work, and of course being really able to acknowledge those who have been over them, and I think these two characteristics which are rather lacking in young people today, and I think that has really rewarded them with the success that you see, is their hard work and the ability to really give honor to those who are over them and above them in many ways, from the spiritual life to just mentoring them to just advice. And I think they show that Sri Lanka can, right? Because as Jason says, all their work really happened in Sri Lanka, and really what they produced there was just a reflection of the many years of experience
Here.
in their creativity here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I have so many things to ask and so many things to discuss. But right now we have segments that we do to just keep things going on the show. And this is made possible by our friends at MasterCard, and this is called Tap and Go. Welcome back to the show. Let me tell you how this game works. It's very simple. Our friends at MasterCard, they're really happy to give you this. You didn't write my name here, Dima. This is from me and MasterCard, okay? I like to put my name also in there just so that you all know. So this gift box is coming your way. Now it's very simple for you to win it. Now here's a bit of a disadvantage because Philip is all alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you all, even if
They're a
one of you
team.
win it, it's like going to the same house.
Oh, we can have an agreement. Every man.
No.
Yeah.
They live across the road.
We do live very
Just
close
fight
to
for
each
it.
other,
Just,
so.
Yeah.
just don't give it to
Absolutely.
them. Simple as that.
Sure.
So if you know the answer of the question I'm going to ask, tap the device first.
Okay.
Whoever taps it first gets the opportunity to answer first, failing which we move on. All right, here we go. How long is an Olympic swimming pool in meters? 25, 50, 75, 100.
That's supposed to make a sound? No.
That is,
It's in post.
you're not aiming enough, okay, still. Just say it.
50?
Congratulations, that's the correct answer.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome. All right. What is cynophobia? Fear of cats, fear of snakes, fear of tall buildings, fear of dogs.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
These are hard questions.
That is very hard.
Xenophobia.
Yeah, it is.
Let's say,
Just take a guess.
okay. Snakes?
No.
Dang. It's up to you guys.
Tall buildings.
No.
What was the list you said? Cats?
Now you only have dogs and cats.
Yeah, so must be cats then.
Dogs.
Oh,
That's wrong.
How many languages are written from right to left? 10, 11, 12, 13.
no idea.
Right to left.
These are really hard questions.
Those are really hard.
I know.
Yeah.
Dima?
We should just
They
stab in the
must think we're
dark.
really
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah. Who's stabbing in the dark? I'm
The
gonna-
lowest number.
10?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
10?
There's 11, 12, and 13 now.
Okay. I'm going to say 13.
No.
Dang.
So now it's only 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Okay, 12.
Correct. There you go.
Hey.
1-1. What is the common name for drained plums?
What?
Raisins, sultans, currants, prunes.
Drained plums.
Yeah, I'm gonna say prunes.
Dried, drained, suck the life out of.
A prune still has a little bit of life in there. Isn't
Did
it?
you say prune?
I did say
Dried.
prune.
You said prunes?
Prune.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Correct answer. You have
okay.
now 2-1.
Yeah.
Which Disney princess talks to the most animals? Snow White, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Bella.
Who's okay? Snow White. Snow White.
Correct.
Yeah, Bella's the one from.
Yeah.
Philip is like,
Send the
I don't
gift.
care.
Yeah.
You're going to just win this.
It comes to me anyway. The gift comes to me anyway.
Jason, you are the winner because you
Oh,
got
cool.
2 answers. But to be very fair,
Yeah.
all of you were really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
This
you
is
need to,
terrible.
you need
Like
to
my
take it
IQ
back.
just like plummeted.
But this for you from MasterCard. Well, if you're planning on doing any shopping for the next few days, and if you're just thinking it's okay to hold the line up behind you because you're counting the money, it's annoying. Just tap and go. It's so simple with MasterCard. Welcome back to the show, and this is a date with DANU. So we are speaking to Hope, we are speaking to Jason and Philip. Now, Jason, your start to iFilms, it was here.
Yes.
Why did you want to start it?
So to dial it back a little bit, I had the opportunity right after school to actually go to an art school, which I did go to, but I wasn't very happy with pursuing like my next 4 years in fine art. So I used to draw like charcoal, like human figure was like my studies, but my film has always been like my passion. So I decided to come back and then was kind of re-looking at what I wanted to do, how I was going to do something. And just Sri Lanka was just so ripe for you to learn and experience things as you go. So when it came to like film experience, Chandran Ratnam opened up his film sets to me. So I had the opportunity to sit next to him and watch how he did things with his crew. And just even like with commercial productions, a lot of the directors would just like let me come on set, watch them, and just like learn. And I think I was privileged enough in Sri Lanka to get that type of experience first, so that I wanted to kind of then build a house that could contain my style of filming. And so iFilm was birthed from that, is because I believe in a certain way of filming, not that to negate anyone else's way of producing a film.
But actually, there isn't a right way of filming
Exactly.
anymore. There was a time when
Yes.
you have to have a tripod and you're
Yeah.
like sit still and and you just like just how we used to be when you were presenting yourself on TV. It was always welcome to Date with Tanu.
Yeah.
So that's long gone now,
Yeah,
right?
there's that TV voice that has
and
to
now
go.
it's like even the whole unsteady camera angles are
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah, it's an art form, right?
Yeah.
And you get to express yourself through like that visual medium, and now obviously sound heavy. And so yeah, iFilm just picked up, and then as soon as it was growing, we started to get a lot of traction. We never marketed ourselves. It was always just like
The
meeting
work.
people, connections. It was
Yeah.
people connection was a big thing. And then I started, about 5 years ago, I started an internship program where we would just get people that came straight out of school, whether it's their O-levels and their A-levels, and they would come and sit with me just the same way I sat with Chandran and the other people, and they would learn like these, crash courses of filmmaking. And so we've had great success stories. Like one of our interns ended up working for Victoria's Secret in London as a content creator at that
Right.
time.
I
At
was
that
like,
time,
wow.
the wood wasn't there.
Do they turn out to be models when they work with you?
Yeah, well, it's really awesome because, like I said, film school and stuff is great. I'm not saying don't do that or go to college and stuff, but I think that hands-on experience really
also needed.
changes everything. The way you see film, the way you see how to even promote like a brand, how to do a corporate film. It changed my entire
Viewpoint to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I worked with Jason for the first time in Happy Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big trend
What
on
was
YouTube.
that song? And happy and
Yeah. Pharrell Williams. Yeah. That came out, and then we worked together, and then I think somebody else took that song and that brand and then created their own thing.
Oh
and I
yeah,
was
they
like,
call Happy Sri where
Yeah.
they always stand with like a board.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is great because then they capitalize on.
They're not happy
something.
anymore. I don't see them around. There used to be a company that used to give you like a
Oh, okay.
hashtag,
Yeah.
Happy Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
and you're like smiling with it.
Yeah.
They're not around. I think,
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
think at the time,
not happy
eventually, I think they were trying to bring it out, and they were like, "We're not happy." So then they were like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine." Philip, have you got Jason to work on any of your projects for your architecture work?
That's my dream. In fact, we've been talking about
Yes.
that recently, about getting him involved, but not just on the architectural side, but I mean, there's so much that someone like Jason can do in recording the arts and the crafts and
Yeah.
history of Sri Lanka. Because, as I said, Danu, one thing I love about Jason and Hope is that they really want to embrace Sri Lanka at a time when people want to run away, as well as those who've gone away come back and, pretend they never ever belonged in this country sometimes, and to have these two who are yearning to come back all the time. And they are always on the phone saying, oh, we're missing home, we want to come back. So the only reason why I encourage them to be in the US is that it's always good for a Sri Lankan company and a brand to go out there, get the exposure and come back. So yes, we are hoping to get Jason to do something very soon for our company as well as, but also to do something bigger on architecture. Architecture is one of the least documented things in Sri Lanka, all
But we
that.
do have such amazing architecture.
Absolutely, and to document it on film would be fabulous. We have great books, but really nothing on
visually.
film, nothing,
And now
yeah.
I think the young wants to see. than
Yes,
read.
exactly, and that's a great way to experience.
That is true.
It's like almost walking through a building.
Yeah. I need to speak to Hope about her roots to Sri Lanka when we do come back to stick around. But right now, we have a fun segment, and this is where we put people in trouble, and it's called Hot Seat. Welcome back, and we have some questions that we need to ask. You're working with a gift bag from our friends at Crystal Luxury Wellness. All right, here we go. I will start with actually all of you.
Okay.
All right, Jason, this to you. You would have seen work done by many Sri Lankan videographers and photographers. Who do you see putting out groundbreaking work, in your opinion? You're my favorite, Ashen Bernard, Amarante Lifestyle Studio.
I think Ryan and Johnny from You're My Favorite have been pushing some really great content in terms of fashion. I've always thought that they were really good at what they do, so You're My Favorite. But I do have to say everyone else is really
Can't
good too.
save now after you.
Absolutely, yeah, diplomatically correct.
Yeah. What is your opinion on the controversy around Pastor Jerome's witnessed recently in Sri Lanka?
Oh, I haven't really been tracking that story. Sorry.
How did you stay away from that?
I just came back, so we were out for a bit and I just came back, so I didn't actually read.
If
through.
given a chance to do a production to promote Sri Lanka, what 5 things will you not include in the video?
What 5 things I wouldn't include? I wouldn't include the typical selling all of our locations in Sri Lanka. I would go after stories, to be honest. I think there's plenty of things that we've oversold, our beaches, our locations. Great, these are all great things, but I think there are some beautiful stories that you can really capture on film that would really pull the heartstrings of people to visit Sri Lanka. Like where our sandalwood comes from. I watched Dior present Sri Lanka's sandalwood, and I'm like, that's great. But shouldn't Sri Lanka be presenting content like that, saying this is our sandalwood, this is where it comes from? So I would say we should move away from the typical norm of beautiful shots of beaches and locations, which everyone does already, and go into the storytelling component of it.
And some of those elephants, we don't even ask their consent. Just feature them without even telling them, are you okay?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
do you like this shot?
Yeah, and they could sign too, right?
I
They
know.
have their trunks to sign.
know.
So.
Who is the most fashionable man you have met in Colombo this fall, 3 of you? Your options are, actually I can't have Philip in this. Ajay, Kirby, Philip, Shalin, Deepak.
Who wants to go first?
No, he is not in it because he's in the answer list.
Dang, it's a close call with Kirby and Ajay. I'm going to say, because I see Kirby more frequently, I'll say Kirby.
I say Kirby too. He has very cool style.
If you could have a sexual encounter with a person of the same sex, who would you pick?
Yeah. I mean, as long as they have the same qualities of the person that I love. Yeah.
You don't have time to sit and research about all of that.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
That's a cool question.
yeah. It's. Wait, don't you have to answer this question?
No, you have to answer. You're the guinea
You're the first,
Yeah.
and then
You're
I'm
the first,
coming
yeah.
to
Okay.
Oh,
down the
gosh.
line.
Hope.
I like his answer.
Oh my God, you're gonna all say the same thing.
I've never thought about that before, to be honest. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer.
You don't have anyone who you think is kind of.
Not really. For me, no, not really. I think it would just depend. I can't pick out a specific person, but similar to what he said, maybe just qualities like personality. But I can't think of a particular person.
Philip, if that's going to be your same answer, I'm just
I have a great
Okay.
answer.
Ah, good.
Yeah, myself, because I'm a single guy. So it's all about self-gratification. No, so, I don't know if you can put it out there.
Classic. So
One
good.
thing you would like to change about Jason.
Oh,
That's good.
one thing that I would like to change about him.
Let me have it.
He's like, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's cheesy if I say nothing, but honestly, I don't know what I'd change about him.
Thanks.
Yeah. I think we evolved together, and so there are different versions of Jason I've gotten to know over the years, and I appreciate every single one.
Does he put the
So-
seat down?
Yes, he does.
That's a good one. That's a
Do you
good
have
quality.
anything?
Yeah, he's annoying discipline. He wakes up at
Ooh,
5 in the
he's very
morning.
disciplined.
He has such a tight routine. He has to wake up at 5. He eats only meat. He doesn't eat sweets. He doesn't eat carbs. He has to exercise. You know, it's so damn annoying.
You don't eat carbs at all?
No, I do. I enjoy it from time to time. I mean, whenever
When we're at Philip's
when we're at
house,
Philip's
we
house,
enjoy all
we
the
enjoy
sweets.
all the
That's why I get them
all the
across,
carbs.
across the road whenever, just to bring them back to some semblance of normalcy. you know?
Life, yeah. So you wake up at 5 even if there's no reason to?
Yeah, I do. I do like to watch.
In whatever time zone you're in?
Yeah, yeah. But there are
It's
seasons
kinda
where I
closer
do.
to my bedtime, actually.
Yeah, like just annoying. Oh, okay, tell me.
I do like to, like, obviously in seasons, like, I would obviously try to relax on certain seasons, but I do love and enjoy that quiet time when everyone's asleep, just me.
Are you up?
And the
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you're
wake
up
up as
most
well.
times.
So then who is
I
quiet?
think she can
then?
also be equally annoying.
They're both annoying.
But you know what? To be fair, I think yes, we can relax a little bit more. I think on our schedule, but
Yeah.
I think we've found this rhythm where we function
Yeah, true,
optimally.
true. I mean, I'm just
so
kidding,
yeah,
but
I
I'm-
know. Yeah.
No, that's a
It's
great
so
thing to
steady.
have.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So when you feel great and you have this sense of energy, then you just want to continue it.
I think, but I have a bigger issue that they don't have carbs and sweets.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
a big
And
issue.
sweets, like,
Yeah,
I can understand
it's okay
carbs,
if they
but-
wake up because they can do their thing. But when we're seated together at the table,
Yeah, don't be
I
like,
want
you
them
know-
to eat as much as I would.
Yeah, like, oh, no, I don't. Do you eat fruits? No.
I love fruits, dude.
Yeah.
The one thing I missed just being away for a year and a half on work was the mangoes, man. Like
I don't think we can be friends, Jason. I'm really sorry.
mangoes.
You have
Like,
don't
nothing
like
to
mango?
Thank you, Danu. I think I'll be
No?
inviting you
Yes,
more often
thank
to
you.
dinner.
What do
You
you
know,
mean
I
no
actually
mangoes?
eat.
I know.
I love mangoes.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
I'm just
saying.
saying I'm not only living for mangoes.
Oh,
I want
live
to
it.
have a
I like
combination. of-
mangoes with chocolate biscuit pudding.
There you go. I love mangoes with
mangoes in a
vanilla ice
trifle,
cream.
you know, yeah.
He eats mango with curd.
Curd is good. Curd is really good. Me
There you
Have
curious.
you tried mangoes with some tinkiri?
No, I haven't actually. That's a good one. I should try.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
think you'll have it because it's not in your diet regime. But you know, they say when you do something for 27 days or whatever, it
Yeah.
becomes a part of your life.
Yeah.
I woke up for a morning show, I think over nearly 9 years of my life. I never got used to it.
Really?
Every I'm like, nah, I can't do this anymore. But I'm up at like 6, but I'm just like, ugh.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
some
you should
people
do that job. If you have to redesign a government building, now that's to you, which building would you pick as your top priority? General Hospital, railway station, Nelum Kulana.
Probably Nelum Kuluna. I mean, redesign, yes, parts of it.
Yeah.
You know? Because I think the railway station is a beautiful old British building.
I know, but it's just
So-
looking, it's just falling
And maybe
apart.
the general hospital more in a sense, because I think hospitals need to be designed with a little bit more cheerfulness and
Yes.
you know it shouldn't look like a
Even the
hospital.
car park, you're
good point.
depressed.
Yeah.
You're like,
If you look at the one next to the eye hospital, the Victoria Memorial Hospital, that's a beautiful building with all the mosaics. It had such an amazing aura of cheerfulness and
maybe back in
colour.
the days when they felt ill, they were happy about it. Oh,
Absolutely.
I'm having a cold.
Yeah, I think hospitals don't need to be so. I
Yeah.
would say the hospital, the general hospital.
Yes, I think, yeah, I mean, please.
Yeah.
Like, and also, like, put an arrow. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I end up walking to the mortuary most of the time because
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Not that I've been there a lot of times, but I'm just saying it's really hard to get around. If you could go back in time, Philip,
Yeah.
and bring one person back to life, who from the following would you pick? Jeffrey Bauer, Lionel Went, Lester James Pierce.
I would say Lionel Went.
He had a very short time.
Yeah, and a fabulous man. I mean, his thinking was absolutely way beyond his years. So I think, I mean, and we are still, I think the whole photography industry and so much is still going on what he did.
Yeah.
So
If
many
he was
years ago.
around, he would have done so much more
Fabulous.
in terms of art. All right. We have a break time, but I must say, none of y'all win this gift. You're all bad. But because I have to give it to someone, I'm just going to give it to Hope.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Nice.
All of you are bad. I'm just saying that. Flat out. Y'all were terrible.
We succeeded at fire with DANU. Fire seat. Fire,
We'll see you after
hot
the break.
seat.
Welcome back to the show. I wanted to speak to Hope about this very balanced life that you bring to Earth with yoga, the inner peace. Apart from being irritating to be friends with you, because you're so perfect, how do you live life?
How do I live life?
Yeah, like how do you balance all of this? Tell me about your love to yoga. How did it start?
How did it start? So I went to university for dance. So I've always been a mover of sorts. And so then when I moved to Korea, after I graduated university, I couldn't really find access to classes that I wanted anymore. So I kind of naturally, as a complementary practice, got into yoga, and then I just fell in love with it. So
It's amazing that you fall in love with such amazing things.
Yeah.
Tell me about how did you end up here with all of that?
how did I end up here? So I lived a very nomadic life before I set roots here. And so I had backpacked through Sri Lanka in like early 2016. And then I came back a second time just traveling, and then ended up meeting Jason and ended up never leaving.
Yeah. Our life of travel was over.
Just cut there. Yeah, and also, it's
Done.
not that you have an attractive passport, like, for her to like, this is really love. Like,
That's good.
yeah. It's
Sri Lankan passport just got shot.
just it's like, oh, what are you marrying into Sri Lanka? Oh. Like there was clearly no reason, but that's amazing. You have upgraded his life now. But
Absolutely.
how was it when you all met? And you all had such a simple, beautiful ceremony for the wedding. And tell me about how. When did you all know it was time to take the second step?
Ooh, I feel like when we first met,
Yeah.
I didn't really give him the time of day
Nothing.
because
Fair
I didn't
enough.
think I was going to be here very long.
Yeah, and you didn't want to, like,
And
lead
then-
him and just
yeah.
lead him on.
Yeah. And then he asked me out for lunch, and I feel like you can really get to know someone
During the day.
broad daylight, like not at a party, you know,
Yeah.
just the real Jason.
Yeah.
And then he ended up bringing to church, Wildlife Church, and
Okay.
then that was it from there.
That
Honestly,
was
we got
it.
engaged like 6 or 7 months later. We were married the month after that.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Now we're married
Quick,
6.5. Yeah.
Mhm.
6.5
6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I mean not giving me the time of day, I mean like, hey, would you like to go out for a drink? No. Would you like to go out for dinner? No.
No.
Like it went on for like
I
a
did
couple
say
of days.
no. Yep.
Just
it
point
would-
blank, no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I even tried to like have small talk. I was like, so what sort of music do you like? She was like, I prefer silence. Yeah, dude. I was just like boom, like rock bottom.
Were you
That's a
also
true
someone who
story.
used to wake up at 5 before you met Jason?
No. I used to be such a night owl.
Yeah.
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 And you ate carbs.
Yeah.
And you ate carbs.
No, I'm just kidding.
Did you just say help me? That's good.
Philip, there's a lot of attraction now for Sri Lanka. They are marketing so many things and they redo so many buildings. Tell me, are there buildings that you feel like they were just demolished without giving it a second thought? Or do you think we should move from the old and bring in the new?
No, not at all. I think if we just get rid of our old heritage, or our heritage, I think we're going to lose a lot. I think we are building on our heritage. So I think one thing that really broke my heart was those buildings in Slave Island that were demolished. I think a lot of us fought hard to preserve those buildings on Slave Island, just opposite the railway station, and that's something that is so precious. So I can't really believe.
Wasn't there a possibility for the architects of our country to give them a plan as to
we
what
did,
it could be?
Several we had formed a group, we had formed a forum, we presented things to the government, but I think there was also another group which was looking at the whole thing commercially, and they were hell bent on letting these buildings just go to rot and ruin and eventually collapse. So I think we really need to preserve whatever is left. I mean, that's what's really making Sri Lanka charming. Otherwise, we could just be overbuilt like Bangkok and polluted like Bangkok or some of these other Asian cities. And we really need to, because we are sort of killing the golden goose that lays the eggs. I mean, still people like Colombo because it has beautiful bungalows. Whether you go to so many of the newer restaurants and hotels are in these old heritage buildings, So we need to start valuing. I understand that some of the families that own these buildings struggle to maintain them. And Sri Lanka again is also struggling economically, so we don't have a sort of a heritage trust that can really fund the restoration. But I really think that more and more of the larger commercial companies and ventures should give value to these buildings and try to preserve them. For instance, I mean, my office is in a beautiful old heritage building. So there are companies that can really take these buildings on rent and support the families to really restore them and keep them going. So it's a massive part of our heritage that we still have at least some part of it left compared to countries like India, which have completely wiped their heritage
Only the
buildings
more
out.
rural India areas will have at least few remaining.
Yeah, like the
parts
more
of it.
archaeological stuff, yes, I think a lot of the countries are preserving them. But the recent buildings in the last 200 to 250 years that we should strive to preserve.
But if you do get a chance to sort of plan out, especially the fort area, I would so love it to be like, because those buildings are just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we did a plan, a group of us architects, we did a plan, and that got actually selected at the time. Her Excellency Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumartunga was the president. She actually commissioned and a group of us did a master plan. And then eventually, I think also when His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa was the minister in charge of the UDA, he had a plan. So successive governments have had plans for the fort area, but again, I think they've never had the ability to implement it because of all the different challenges we've faced, from Easter bombings to COVID to now the recent economic challenges. But fort has tremendous potential. But I think what Sri Lanka needs, DANU, is a consistent policy that doesn't change from government to government. So that investors have confidence to come and invest in. Otherwise, you invested money and in 5 years' time somebody says, pack up your bags and go. So we really need a consistent policy.
You paid your bribe also to the wrong person, then you just lost that money.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Absolutely.
You're like,
what happened to you? And one of the buildings in fort which is being restored for the past, I think since I was 15, is actually one of the first ever buildings in Sri Lanka or in Asia to have the curved windows. Or the curved
Kafur
glasses.
building, yeah.
Yes,
That's
which is
right,
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm just so sad about the fact that, we can't appreciate these. All right, that's just me crying on a corner. But here's a game that we like to call yes or no. Philip is good at it, so let's get into it. Welcome back to the show. So we have these very simple questions. You have to just give your honest answer.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten into a serious fight with a close friend over a minor issue?
No?
Yes.
Have you ever been dumped by someone in public?
In public.
Really? She didn't like dump your request? No, nothing. Have you ever fallen asleep during the act of intimacy? No?
Why are you thinking about it?
I don't know. I had to go through my memory bank. Like,
All of you are very good. Well done.
Exactly.
We have had
Still
people on the
active.
show who have fallen asleep.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Fit and active.
That's really
That's
sad.
the first time I've actually heard of that, like somebody falling asleep during intimacy.
You could be really
Yeah, it
tired.
could be. Yeah.
Interesting.
Somebody could really drain you out. Do you think bad things happen to good people?
Yeah.
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 Would you like to go back to being a child?
Yeah. I think I'm living it right now. I feel like
No,
I'm a child.
Go
today.
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm youthful.
Have you ever been so upset that you cried yourself to sleep at night? Yeah, I have.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry.
Anyway, even if you sleep, you'll wake up at 5.
Exactly. Exactly.
Have you ever gone more than 2 days without taking a shower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. 7 days actually.
Eee, why?
In the wilderness.
Oh, like that,
Yeah.
why they didn't have water?
Yeah. There's like, there's running streams and stuff you can wash your face, but like you're trekking through for 7 days, nothing.
Wipe?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I pack all of that good stuff, but
But other things also you have to just wipe.
yes, I guess. 7 days, man. Like it's.
This is why, we humans evolved and came to a more civilized
Absolutely,
lifestyle.
yeah.
And I always wonder when people ask me, can we go camping? I'm like, for what reason?
Yeah.
We moved on from the timeline of like
more
terrible
glamping
lifestyle.
Oh, I love it. I love.
Camping's fun
Yeah.
though.
I've been on. So my thing was a hunting expedition in Colorado for elk, and that was like 7 days. Just, it was brutal. It really makes you feel like you value food. Like I value food now, like so much more.
I value food. I don't
Yeah.
need to go through that to understand that. I
Absolutely.
value food.
Yep.
Like
The
Philip and I
supermarket.
value food. Just
At the restaurant.
yeah.
Fair
In
enough.
comfort,
Yeah.
where it's served to you and there's
Yeah.
AC.
Cooked and served.
Yeah, and cooked. All that talking, I'm telling you. You have given me reasons to not ever camp. But talking about great food, we have our friends from Celeste who have found a way to get things delivered to wherever you are, even if you're in the wilderness. No problem, as long as you have signals. So this, I'm giving it to Philip, because Philip, you have invited me home. I'm
Thank
giving
you.
you the gift now, so
Thank
that
you.
I
Yes,
can come
definitely.
like after
Yeah. We need to set a date.
Yeah.
Date with Philip.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
actually use these to cook it for me. I've given the ingredients as well, so make the bloody invitation happen. I hate those people who just say, come, come, come. No date,
Oh,
no time.
we set a time and a date. You
Yeah.
are flying all over the world.
Sounds nice when you say it that way. Let's get into a break. We'll see you after. Welcome back to the show, and we wanted to speak about. Now we know that Jason and the team, that I don't know the team, no, so I have to totally speak about you. Already won an Emmy, and it's kind of cool. Now, when you say a team, like, does everyone get an Emmy of their own, like a?
So the team, yeah. So the team that worked on the Emmy would usually get an award.
All of them.
Yes.
Although
So-
you get on stage and just take one.
well, in our case, the producer and our editor were actually in person to collect the award.
Yeah. And they mentioned your name, and I saw that.
First one, yeah,
Yeah.
that was really kind, and I think
Other names were hard, like Boru Gason and all. Must have been hard for them to say. Like, what are the others? Just say
Yeah.
Jason for now.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, my name was first because I mean we did put a lot of effort into how we filmed that series.
And that series was on?
So that was on. It was on multiple platforms, but Discover Media Works, the company. Usually they end up going on like networks like PBS, so on and so forth. But
And what was the content based on?
so that was for Farm to Table Pizzas, which was what was the title? Lifestyle and Lifestyle and
Yeah, I think excellence in lifestyle.
excellence in lifestyle. So that was a documentary where I had to film this farmer who literally grows all of this produce and like the meat, everything is like in his farm, which ends up on a pizza that they serve on the farm. So I'm following this guy like every single day, filming like his methodology, and he's crazy. He's got so much energy. So just
And
keeping
how
up
long
with him.
is that clip for?
So that piece, from the entirety of the episode, that particular piece was about 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh wow! But
So
that's
they-
a lot of work. Although people say that's 5 minutes, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And we have to show his day in like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, that takes a lot of time. It even takes more than 5 minutes to eat a pizza. So
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's true.
yeah, you have to show all of that in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I do eat pizza, so that's carb, man. I eat pizza.
Very
I'm
rarely.
still in the club of fun
Still
people.
in the club.
Some healthy thin crust pizza.
Thin crust, I thought
Yeah,
as much.
exactly.
Not the ordinary
Yeah,
one.
not-
And all
But,
meat
yeah.
too. He eats
Yeah.
all meat pizza.
It's like it's
That doesn't count.
freshly made pizzas.
You know, that doesn't count. Anyway, I wanted to speak to you about the project that you're doing right now,
Yes.
which hopefully will win another Emmy for you. And you know, if you ever need somebody to star in it, you know, I'm there. But tell me about this.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
so
completely ignored that. It's
no, I would love to have. There's so many projects that I've had my fingers in, and that we've actually shelved in Sri Lanka just to, because we're going with the times. Obviously, with the season that Sri Lanka went through over the past 2 years, it was not the right timing for us to pursue that particular project. But we started something in the U.S. called Origin, and Hope and I are huge advocates for like health and like where your food comes from and food consciousness. And so we started this documentary.
faces.
We started this documentary called Origin, which actually helps the average person become more a partaker in their food system than just a consumer. And that's like
what do you mean? Like you want me to go water plants?
no, absolutely not. It's more like in different cases, right? You could be somebody that is more conscious of like knowing where your grocery store actually sources its food from. Like, can you close your eyes and picture this? You close your eyes, you and you have your plate right in front of you. Can you imagine the families that put the amount of work to bring that food to your plate? That's an important thing. That's food consciousness, right? You actually bring.
But I don't
value
want
to
to
it.
know the chicken that died for me.
But that's an
Why?
important part
Why
of
not?
life. Yeah.
Then I will stop eating chicken as well. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that I'm having now.
So that's
or
yeah.
you would appreciate it more.
I appreciate
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you knew
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
sacrifice,
The sacrifice,
perhaps you would really appreciate it more. So that's also the other side of it, you know.
Yeah.
So y'all are not advocating to stop eating meat, but you're saying be grateful for where it's
Yeah.
coming from.
I think the content you have out there on like Netflix and like, I mean, these are all different views, right? But it's so polarized. It's like either go carnivore or go vegan, and there's nothing in between. There's no solution telling people, hey, maybe your focus should be on like looking at the processing of food. Like, how is it getting to you? How much of like gas and pollution comes out of just like delivering something all the way from like Europe just to your doorstep so you can enjoy avocados or something. You know what I mean? So it's more just bringing that consciousness to people, and that I think that brings more value to you also kind of sourcing more locally. And there's a lot of issues with that too. Like you can't sustain an entire nation with just like the locally grown stuff. But there's also a way of people maybe changing their dietary requirements to kind of fit into something that's more sustainable.
And this
I'm just watching you. You're so exhausted.
and this second documentary, you're having a bit of Sri Lanka coming into it.
So this particular documentary features the Vadda tribes of Sri Lanka, and we have some amazing professors that are being featured to kind of showcase soil health and your food, how that connective tissue between the two.
We have the worst soil. We
yeah.
had a war.
That and just I think over the years of just monocrop agriculture and just cash cropping is not the best way to move forward. I know that you have to do things to sustain society, but there are ways to move around that. And that's what we hope to explore in our documentary and feature Sri Lanka. Because the West can learn from Sri Lanka also in a lot of ways.
That is true.
And we do hope to position Sri Lanka in that way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to play a role of a Vadda if you want. Or I could be the one they caught. Just being grilled on the fire. Like, be grateful for where the food is coming from. With like an apple stuck in her mouth. You visualized it.
Good,
didn't
yeah,
you?
that's good. I'm a visual person. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
great. That's amazing. Philip, I'm going to speak about the connection that the three of you have, which is very special. When we do come back after this very interesting segment, and it's called Kinky. All right, so I'm going to ask you two questions. Our friends from Midnight Divas will give you a gift. So, you know the word kinky, right? Okay, it's understandable. See, Philip is
Very
so
much.
ready. He's like,
I mean, the main reason for coming was to get this gift. Last time you gave me one and I've run out of all this. It's all worn out. So,
last time I gave it to you, right?
yeah, you gave me.
What was
That's- That's why I came
I
back
gave him like a
again,
whip
yeah.
and all.
Oh, nice.
Really enjoyed having
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Whip and
A single man's dream
yeah.
come true.
To be whipped.
Yeah.
You should go in the 5 o'clock in the morning and just whip
Whip
him and
yourself.
come.
Whip yourself. That's what you
Yes.
do.
Because he wakes up
Morning.
at like
And I'm a
5.
creative guy, you know, so all these imagination runs through.
Yeah, just by yourself.
Yeah.
Because Jason goes and wakes Philip up at 5. Like people who work out in the morning,
Yeah.
like, hi, good morning, shall we run now?
Yeah,
God, and there's 2 of you to do it.
exactly.
But hey, you also wake up early and cycle.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to cycle, but
Yeah.
that's once
Don't
a
hide
week.
that.
Once a week.
Don't
once
hide
a
the
week,
Iron
yeah.
Man.
Once a
I
week
know,
is human.
Yeah. You're an early bird.
I also wake up at like
Probably,
in the
yeah.
morning to pee.
It's a workout.
Yeah, it's a wake up. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's the question. What's one thing that you wish that happened more during the act of sex?
One thing, I think
Look at
more,
Hope. She's already like, she's like
more. Well, we kind of do it now, but like
What?
I don't know. I don't think it like we're kind of like we're in a good spot. I was going to say like more during the daytime, but like sorry.
that's because you wake up at 5. You have so much of time.
But I mean now it's like. But now we're like, yeah, we're kind of in there, so we're good.
So in the mornings now.
I like it, yeah,
Yeah.
and we do it now, so it's good. Is that? Am I not supposed to say it?
Okay.
Look at Hope. She's like,
I'm a night person though.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like it more at the night.
you like it with the lights on then.
I just like daylight.
Yeah.
I
You like to
like-
see everything. So, I just like it dark so that nobody sees anything.
Yeah.
What if light really turns people off? You know,
Fair
that's a problem. For you?
Rephrase the question again.
Okay.
Or,
What's one thing you wish that happens more
Yeah.
of during sex?
more gymnastics, maybe.
Gymnastics?
People
What do you
with with a better gymnastic ability.
Oh, right, okay. More flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philip, nothing can happen between us. We'll just be 2 turtles, just like, just sitting there, like, who is to start? Nothing happens. Actually, y'all can use it during the day here.
Exactly. Yeah. Throw some spice into there.
Yeah. Y'all use it during the day, and we'll just go back to sleep.
Oh man, the turtle thing was just classic.
Like, we'll see you after the break. And we are back on the show, our final segment. Before we go, I really wanted to speak about something that connects the three of you, and also the fact for you to agree and to, like, you know, become a Sri Lankan in some way, and also to love this country so much. Like, a lot of people are trying to leave this country, and it's nice to see people falling in love with this country so much that you call it your home. How was it? As I said before, you know, it's not an attractive passport. Nothing much you can do with us, but like, why Sri Lanka?
Why Sri Lanka? I think I chose to stay in. We chose to live in Sri Lanka mainly because of the people and the community. I think we are fierce friends, and so just having that support always and having the friendship really means a lot. I think in my life I've had many homes. I'm adopted from South Korea, but I grew up with an American lens, now living in Sri Lanka, so I'm used to kind of shifting between different cultures, but there's never been a place quite like this, and I really attest it to the community and the people and the love that I've experienced here. So I see that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And tell me about, because I know, like, I've known Philip for a long time, since I was thinner.
Yep.
That's a long time ago. And the Philip then to Philip now is so different. Like, you're so, there's such a softer side to you now. You have become more, okay, so more casual,
Yeah,
more,
relaxed.
you are relaxed more easy. Like, how did you find that within you?
So, I mean, the main reason for all of this is, of course, the community I belong to, which is called Wow Life. I'm not even using the word church because the word church has been so cheaply used and sort of used for wrong purposes and wrong intents. But we belong to, all three of us belong to a community called Wow Life Church, right? And the word that is spoken there has completely changed my life upside down. You know, it's softened me. It's made me probably even a more kinder person, more thoughtful, more considerate, more freer, less fearful of what man might think or performing to man's expectations, and really understanding more than anything the true relationship with God. What is the true relationship with God compared to sort of religious control and legalism? And it doesn't mean that we don't have discipline. It doesn't mean that we don't follow a holy life, but it's a new understanding of living life, understanding the love of God on you, rather than a set of rules and regulations. So this amazing community that the three of us, and I think that's the most important thing that holds us together. I think what holds Jason, myself, and Hope together is this community that we are so bound together. It's not that we are cliquish, but it's just the word of God that really binds us together. And do we have faults? Do we have weaknesses? My goodness, yes.
Yeah.
But we don't try to pretend that we don't. We acknowledge our faults, we acknowledge, and that's what's really made me a softer person, is to stop not accepting that yes, I can be hard, yes, I can be short-tempered, yes, I can be very stiff. Knowing those, so the word that is spoken at Wow really softens your heart and opens you up to say, oh wow, yes, I can be hard. Yes, I can be very stiff. I could be more freer. And really, that's what really changed me around. Yeah.
It's amazing. That's very nice. I'd really like to finish the show on that note, but we have some pictures I want to know stories about. And we have pictures. All right. So, tell me stories about it.
Wow. This was during my dance career in university. So this is a friend of mine, Michael, who's also a dancer. We were dance partners, and we were at a movie in Michigan.
I met Michael actually in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy. He's a really good dancer.
Wow, these pictures are really a deep dive.
Yeah.
But do I get to keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We were just talking about him the other day.
Yeah.
That's neat. I like photos.
Do you want me to explain?
Yes.
Please do,
Yeah.
because
So that's the jacket, Danu, that I actually bought. Same designer, his name is Philipp Klein. He's from Switzerland, and he does this amazing blingy jackets. And that's not just a statement. That was on New Year's Eve, and that jacket just reflected what the year had been for me. Because from really being not worried about, oh, should I wear, you know me, right? You always comment about me only wearing, I'm wearing black today, but at least it's slightly different. It's slightly out
I
of the
know
box.
that's
right?
some kind
and
of
that's refreshing,
line
I
on
think.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that jacket, I actually went all the way to Singapore to get it because I wanted to wear it on New Year's Eve because I was entering a new year. And I actually wore that to church right? And I wore those shades to church. But that was just a reflection of what the freedom that I had come into in being expressing myself and not carrying a toss in a way about what other people thought, because I needed to be happy in what I wore, right? And this is me in my happy place, right?
And what were the two of you?
I was just, what was I wearing? Oh, I just like posing with Philip. Like we did one in Vienna too. Like every time we have like
Yeah.
a get together for a really long time.
Like a rider look, like
Yeah.
you all look like the
Yeah.
ones you might go before him and just get things cleared before he walks.
I
in
think
with
this was
his
just
green
before
jacket.
we set off to church for
Yeah.
New Year's
Yep.
service, And
Ready
we
to
thought we'd
rock.
just do a fun, cool
Yeah.
picture.
But that's like purely coincidental, right? We didn't like match.
Plan
No,
the
no,
colors.
we didn't plan the colors.
Oh,
at
there's a
all.
lot to choose from. Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Here.
Cool.
Aw, that's my mom and dad.
Yeah, tell me about them.
So we traveled back and forth through the U.S. When I was a kid, and this is them taking the ferry in Staten Island.
Were you amongst the living at that time?
Amongst
Were
the
you
living.
creative?
Oh no, I was.
You were
Yeah,
creative.
I was a brat. I was like getting into a lot of trouble at this point.
Yeah.
So, have you seen my mom and dad?
Yeah, that's cool.
Cute. So that I have to attest to my friend Andy Andrews at CrossFit Salon. I was huge into CrossFit and training with him like every day because he actually made it to the games at one point, the CrossFit Games, and so I was pretending to be his coach so that I could go with him into the athlete training area. But yeah, that was during a season of my life that I used to train literally every day, clean and jerks and do all that weird stuff with weights. And that's we called it chasing darkness because we like to like end up passing out after working out.
He just has no
He's just like,
comment.
yeah, no, I'm good. What's that?
That's
Oh.
us.
Oh, it's Philip. Yeah.
It's
that's
Philip.
All three of us, right? Or just
No,
me?
I think it's just you.
No, it's like
Oh,
anyway,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
That
figure out
was
where.
the Museum of Illusions
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Who is that?
Was it Chicago?
Oh,
or
it's
I think,
Fiona. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in or
Chicago.
New York. I think Chicago
It's
or New
Chicago.
York.
Oh,
This is the
Sishu and
Museum
Mel
of
and
Illusions.
Kirby
Yeah,
are in there.
It's this really cool place that you can go, and obviously we were all standing. The picture is supposed to be read like that, but obviously they take it like that. So it's set up, so it creates illusions, right?
Right.
And so it was one of those fun trips. It was fun / spiritual trip that we had gone out to the US for.
Nice.
Oh, cute. Those are that's like some of my old friends from way back in the day. Do I look different?
I like your haircut there.
Yeah. Everyone seems to like my hair.
But now you must be having
That's
a
not a
better
bad
grip.
haircut.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's a little side thingy. Yeah. Yeah, just some old times, good friends.
Baby,
Yeah.
Jason.
But here's a picture that went super viral. I think people try to recreate this picture.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Didn't they? Didn't they try to do it?
I don't know. I never.
Were you all standing upside down, or is it an illusion, or is it the truth?
That's the truth.
It's the
That's good.
truth.
Yeah. Hope's yoga is.
Yeah,
is
just
incredible.
doing a little
Yeah, next level.
acro yoga. Acro yoga.
I'm giving this to you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Hey, let me see that.
I thought you were showing it to the camera.
No, I
Is
was
that
done
both
doing
of you or
that.
just
So
you?
Yeah.
hold on. So that is
He's being my base.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hope actually taught me about yoga. I had no clue.
So now,
about yoga.
okay. You can carry any sort of people like that?
No, I think this is just an
yeah,
illusion.
I think
I
don't
also
that's
think
real.
so.
Not real. Can't be.
Yeah.
Jason, can you like handle me?
Yeah, I'm actually freakishly strong.
Shall we try?
Dude, I can try. If you're ready to try, I'm ready to try. We can give this a try. Like I'm ready to go.
There you go, Dano.
We can clear this table. We can
Are
do
you
this
going to be
right
the
now.
top or the bottom on this?
Hopefully, I will be the one on top
Okay.
because the bottom part will be very easy for.
Yeah.
What's that?
Cool.
Oh, I just got it. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, no, dude, like my legs, I could just keep it like boom, like, and then I could lift you up. But you have to not like freak out when you go to the side. Just like stay stable. I hope we'll be able to tell you what to do. Let's do this. You ready?
No. But thank you, though. It was a wonderful offer.
Yeah.
I've never had the chance to like. I can't finish that sentence.
Exactly. I was just about to say, believe it or not.
Flow. Where is your mind
I
going?
think our carb-filled brains, Danu, yours and mine think in the same way.
I know. Yeah, it'll be nice
Cool. Let's do it.
to top it. On that note, to wrap things up, yeah. Thanks for coming, Jason. I'm very proud of you for achieving all what you've done and still keeping the Sri Lankan originality and trying and finding a way to push us in there as well, which is amazing. And thanks very much, Hope, for falling in love with Sri Lanka and also
for
for
having me.
marrying Jason. I'm sure this hair. You know, if he's just too much, just tie him to a chair or something.
Yeah. Be like
Use his
Samson.
hair. Yeah. And anyway, all the very best during the mornings. Thanks, Philip.
you, darling.
As always, fun having you on the show. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you
This
soon.
seems like a
Yeah.
very normal thing now.
Yeah,
We can at least
absolutely.
meet here.
Yeah, we'll meet for dinner.
Yeah. On that note, we need to wrap things up. So always believe, you know, Sri Lankans are really taking the world by storm, and that's one step at a time. So, you know, India has Priyanka, we have Jason. On that note, we need to wrap things up. We will see you soon. Till then, smiling.